Hey, this is Brett from WP ThemeSpeed, and today I'm going to be trying to do a quick export, a bulk export of a number of different social media messages out through Zoho Social. Uh, so here's the thing. I've done this a couple times before, and it's never flowed terribly well. I'm new to it, I'm learning it, and so I'm trying to tighten up my processes to make sure I've got this right. And so what I have here is a spreadsheet, something I've been tuning a little bit as I go through these steps. Within this spreadsheet, just to kind of give you the highlights, I have a basic message, the initial thing that I want to say, and then I have what I want it to end with, and then I have sometimes some extra information that I also want to say, but I want to limit my total characters to 280 characters. And I am including links to articles that will be added. So I'm putting those in. Sometimes, but not this time, I'm also including images. In this particular example, I'm not going to be including any images, so this particular column is going to remain empty. And the end result is I have a formula that concatenates all of this together, adds up the character counts, and so on and so forth, to come up with what can actually fit and be shared. So this becomes the text of my message right here. I'm going to do the first 8, not the 9th and 10th one here. So at this point, I'm going to copy it and go to my next tab to paste in some of the information. So this is part of one of the steps or in the process. So I'm going to paste that in there. Oops, I'm going to paste it values only. So I'm repasting that one more time. And I'm going to get rid of my old messages here. Go back to this tab because I need my links. In a future step, we'll probably grab these from this sheet, but I'm still testing. So I'm going to put my links. These are going to be added to the message through Zoho Social. Zoho will grab the fields that it needs to, and I want to share these over a specific date range. And in this case, I've got a time counter that adds a little bit of time to each one of these. And for this example, I'm going to change that a bit, but ultimately, let's come in here. And today is the 26th. The last time I ran this was a couple days ago. So I'm going to change this to the 27th. 20, we'll do it daily. 29th. And in this particular example, none of these links are my own. I'm just sharing good articles, good tips that I've found elsewhere. Usually I share my own stuff, but I do mix it up. And so in this case, none of these sites are mine. One is from Site Tuners. I highly trust that website. Met Tim Ash a bunch of years ago. Super smart guy, super great organization at doing a conversion optimization type of work. And so I'm sharing a tip there, and then I'm also sharing a marketing tip as well that I found the other day that seemed very solid and helpful. So got my dates in there. As this goes, I'm just going to run with those times. And so what I'm ultimately going to be exporting is just this information here. Oh, it looks like something in my stuff here got a little messed up. So I want to... Okay, so as I was talking and mentioning where I had gotten the articles, I didn't notice that the dates on this side had gotten messed up. And as these things go, this is a process, so I'm trying to improve the process. So it worked the first time I did it, and it's partly because the first time I did it, I was working with dates in March, and they were increasing, and the formatting didn't really change from Google Sheets perspective. But as soon as I started with started the day count over at 01 for April, things weren't working, and so I needed to change that, and I want to show you how I did that. So originally, this is what my formula looked like. This had a specific text formula to add hours and minutes in the proper format, but it didn't do the date. It was just working. for whatever reason. But when I got to April, it stopped working, so I needed to add this little bit of text. Let's see if I can highlight it without Google Sheets. Right there, which takes the text information from the previous cell and ensures that it's formatting it and as the month, day, year, 2 digits for month and day and 4 for year. And so I have improved this process now. So in the future, if I ever need to do this, my formulas will be going throughout. This is kind of a template that I'm building, and if you would like to borrow this template, just leave me a message in the comments. When I get it a little tuned up, even better than it is now, I'll probably be sharing it publicly. I don't feel it's totally ready for prime time. I'm still having to do too much spreadsheet magic just to make it work. So at this point, though, for my purposes, it is ready to go. And so I'm going to copy this information. And at this point, I want you to notice something. This is going to be my future export file. And a lesson I learned the other day was when you export it, the hyperlinks that show up in here for images in particular may need to be turned blue, clickable in the spreadsheet program before it'll actually import. So I'm going to be a little careful with that. I'm going to paste the values in because I don't want all those spreadsheet formulas in here. And I'm overwriting previous work. So we'll get rid of this stuff here and delete rows. There it is. Talking and clicking at the same time. And let's see. So in this, I don't need these calculation fields anymore. So I'm going to delete these columns. And ultimately, I end up with a time and date, the message, the hyperlink that gets appended to the message, and this is all going to go through Twitter. I might send it over to LinkedIn too. Not positive about that yet. And within this, I don't know if you can see it, I'm doing a little bit of an experiment too. There is a multi-line item here. I have no idea how that's going to work. I'm curious myself to see if it will work, if it'll show up in Twitter with multiple lines, or if it'll just be one great big paragraph. No idea, but I'm going to find out, and looking forward to that. So at this point, I kick it out, download as a CSV, and I'm in Chrome, so I'm going to hop into Zoho Social, social.zoho.com, where I have an account. I'm going to come into bulk schedule, and I'm going to deselect the items that I don't want to send it to. In this case, I think I will share it over to my personal LinkedIn profile, not my LinkedIn page. I'm going to browse for this file, and I need to get to, I save that to my downloads, so I need to make sure I get to the right place. And there it is. And this is just a handful of messages. The other day I did close to 60. I'm trying to do a few every day, just so that a few batches each day, just so that I can tune up this process and truly understand it. So here's one of the things. Couldn't schedule 2 of 9 posts you uploaded, and here's why. Now, I haven't seen this specific error message before. So 7 of them went in, and I need to find out why. So when we click the Y button, you may have seen it generates a new CSV file that gets downloaded. And I'm going to double click that to open it up. And the error messages will be in the CSV file. So it looks like you forgot to type in the content. So this is clicking. So this is the 1 of 11 tips. It's not showing. I think this might be the multi-line file. Error, please specify dates in this format. Month, date, a year. No, maybe it didn't like the date format there. Yeah, it's showing a bunch of commas here. So it's got a date, but on that, I suspect this might be in that multi-line file. So let's go take a look, see what we've got. might be mistaken. What? Actually, that did have a 4.3, and this is the, yep, so that multi-line file. So I've learned a little bit. Can't do the multi-line. I'm actually going to, what's the best way to test this? Let's duplicate this, and I'm going to do a bulk import of a single item. I'm just going to take out the multi-line stuff. So I'm going to come in here and simply edit this. Let me expand this so I can see it. And try and do this in a way that it's supposed to be a bullet list. Which is why I did it the way I did it. Yeah, and there's some periods here, so since it's a CSV, that might have also my spreadsheet adds an ellipsis to show that the text has run out of space. So let's see. So in this case, I'm going to export this as a CSV, download it as a CSV. And it's just got the one in there, but I want to see if I can schedule that now. So I'm going to browse again. Wait for that to update. I need the most recent one, which will include the single item. Hit schedule. Got it. So that multi-line doesn't work in Zoho Social. So I've learned something new today. And if I want to take a look at these, I can see them in calendar format here. Blue are the future ones, red are items that have already published. And there's, I can also look at, might be a little difficult for you to see it, I understand it, but as I scroll through here, there's one of those items. There's a bunch of others that I've got scheduled in here over the next few days. There's the second. Those are easy because I numbered them. There's the third, fourth, and fifth. And then the three e-commerce ones, optimization ones for site tuners, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3 here. So everything's in there. I've got some other stuff that was already scheduled in there. And I am filling out my calendar a little bit more at a time. And that's my goal. I want to make sure that I've got my content in there, but I also just want to share some tips. There's times when I find great stuff from other people, and it doesn't make any sense to regurgitate it myself and re-blog about it or something like that. I just want to share the good stuff that'll help my clients or the people that happen to follow me, all that good stuff. So there is the example, and I learned along the way that you can't do multi-line posts from the spreadsheet. There might be a way to do it. I don't know what that is yet. So future thing to explore for a future day. Hope that was helpful. And I've done a couple more of these in the past in case you want to see some of my early attempts to get this going. This is almost tuned up and easy, so my fourth video might be a tutorial on this. We will see.